Okay. I think I have it working now. Okay. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I think it's working. Let me check that the link is the same. Okay. Yes, I believe it is. I think I have it. Oh, whoops. Okay. All right. Excellent. Okay. So I see there's a few people here already. Welcome if this is your first time. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I was doing this on Twitch before, and now we're on YouTube. And I did that for a few reasons. A lot of people don't necessarily know about Twitch. It's mostly used for streaming video games, or at least that's how it started. And YouTube is kind of more general. And since this is more science and technology, and just thought it might be better for folks. You don't have to make a Twitch account, for example. So yeah, okay, cool. And I hope that the resolution is okay. If it's not clear, yeah, how is the quality on your end for everybody? Can you, for example, read the text in here? Well, let's go ahead and run the agent so you can see what we're working with here. So if I hit play and we can watch, okay, I have to reset this real quick. So just give me 1 second here. Still work in progress, but we're gonna have this this working here. So, but yeah, I can change the resolution if needed. So yeah. Also, can you hear me? So let me just check with some folks who I think are on the stream. Yeah, sorry about this. I just got a few technical difficulties. We'll work through this and get it all up and running here. Smooth as sunshine. Okay. Okay, great. Well, so this will be the test run, and we've got a few people. It shows hanging out. I think it says 4 viewers right now. So, how did it get stuck here? I'm not sure. Okay, so welcome to the stream. We are working on this API for AI research using the open source video game Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, and so what I'm doing is I'm working on this API and then kind of showing and demoing the behavior as we go. So it's kind of fun to work on. If you have any questions or you want to know anything else, just throw a question in the chat. This is meant to be very informal and casual. So if you have any background in AI or programming or Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup or roguelike video games or anything, just feel free to answer questions. Happy to make this interactive. Also, just speaking of which, if you wanted to follow along, so I've just recently pushed a new branch, and let me update this text here. So if you do want to follow along on the GitHub repository, I'm going to update this link. This link was from last week's stream on the bottom right of this image here. So I'm just going to update that with tonight's link. We're just going to pick up right where we left off. So if I go to branches, I know you can't see what I'm doing right now. But here we go. So this is the link. Let me just update this. Okay. So so this is well, let me just change that a little bit. Okay, cool. So if you did want to follow along and try and run this as come along with me, you're more than welcome to. And yeah, so all right. Sorry, I do apologize. A little bit of a slow start here because it's my first time using YouTube, streaming on YouTube, and I want to like it. I will say Twitch's interface is a bit more intuitive. I would say that. So looks like you can generate all these unique stream keys and yeah, blah, blah. But anyway, okay. So last time, so I have this text file here, image of, sorry, not images, in PyCharm of what we've been working on. So in the first stream, what we did is we added the player's current health and maximum health to the game state. We added a heal action into the PDDL file that's used by the AI planner for the planning agent we have. And we added a new goal capability so that if the agent's health is below 50% of its maximum, it will generate a goal to heal. And last time, so I'm just going to change this here. And by the way, this file, if you do want to follow along as well, this is in the GitHub repository under the contribute folder. So the stream on last week, we did quite a bit of things. We started to decouple some of the behavior for goal selection and planning because the issue was that we had an agent that would plan to explore, and then it would never monitor what's happening. Or even if it decided to change its goal because there's a monster and it should attack the monster, it wouldn't. It would just ignore it until the plan finished executing. So we wanted to make it a little bit more responsive, and that's what we did on that stream. So the stream for tonight, so one is we're going to pick up where we left off. This is decoupling the goal selection with every action. So, and while I do this, I'd like to try and have the agent running in the background. So let me just see if this is working, because then it's a little entertaining to see what's happening. And it's a procedurally generated game, so every time we run the AI, and here you can see it running here, we kind of get some new information. So we kind of just keep it running, and that allows us to kind of like very often test what's happening. So all right. Okay, so what we were working on last time, we were working on decoupling goal selection from planning. So where is that happening? So if we go to main.py, main web server, this is what we're running to connect to this web server running in the Docker. We have the agent. So right now we're using a fast downward planning agent, which is in the agent file, and we set up the game, and we are calling agent.getNextAction, get action. And then we just execute it. So that's over here in this file. I'm just going to clear that out. So get action. So right now, and this is where we were kind of working on last time because we were decoupling goal selection from planning. So, we get the current state of the world. One thing in Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is we need to check whether there's messages here on the bottom right. And these messages are saying, are a text description of things that are happening, events in the game. And so sometimes there will be a lot of these messages if a lot of things happen at once, more than it can appear on the screen. So the game waits for you to press enter, and that's what we have here. So this will basically clear out the backlog of messages. This is kind of an action we have to take. We have to press the enter key. That's what a human has to do. And then we're doing goal selection. And for goal selection, we're checking to see what's our new goal going to be, and what's the type of that new goal. And if the type is different, for example, if we were exploring and now we want to attack a monster, then we want to replan, basically. So this is a new feature from what we had before. By the way, I have the other 2 streams are up on YouTube. So if you are curious what we were working on before, you can go watch those. And so we're saying if we have a new goal and, basically if both these values are not, none, then, and this new goal type is different than the old goal type, now we want to update things and we want to do planning. If the new goal type is not different, then we don't want to update. Basically, we want to just, continue executing our current goal. So this is in the case where we do update, we set the current goal equal to the new goal, current goal type is equal to the new goal type, and then we're going to start doing planning. So we're going to call get plan from fast downward. And I do want to say, right. So, the agent's running, we're running the planning agent right now. So I'm going to change what we're printing out. And so that we're just printing out this goal. So let's not draw the game state. So if you can see here in the bottom, this is like the ASCII representation of the world, and these are some, debugging messages. And we don't need to print all of that out, at least when we just want to see what goal the agent is working on at any point in time. So let's stop this. One of the features I wanted to get to tonight, right? I know I'm bouncing around here a little bit. One of the other things we wanted to work on was to allow the agent to reconnect in the middle of a game. So this is one of the limitations that's holding us back right now, because you're not seeing anything right now, but in another browser, I'm logging in as through the browser and I'm exiting out of that game manually, and then we hit run, and now it's like a fresh start for the agent. So that's a little tedious. So I think that's what we'd like to fix this time. And then I think if we do have time, we are going to begin looking at the vector representations of the state. This supports reinforcement learning. So if you noticed, we don't have a reinforcement learning agent in the agent.py script right now. At least I believe so. Let me just, okay, there's still a lot of information here. We're gonna reduce that. But we have a simple random agent. This is just a debugging agent just to test all the actions are working. We have the planning agent, which is what we're currently running. And that's it. So later we will be adding a reinforcement learning agent. I'm thinking we would like to get to that next week. So yeah. Okay, so these are the 3 things we want to work on tonight. And now let's reduce some of this text that we're getting out of here, so we can really focus on just the goals and the plans. So I'm just gonna go into agent.py, see if we have this. I want to remove this string. Yeah, so let's just comment this out right now. No goal, no plan. That's being funny, right? We shouldn't. Okay, actually. So what's happening here? We're getting the next action. Assuming this action, if the action is not valid, we're going to give a warning message. Otherwise, this is a special debug message if in the case that our agent is the planning agent. So if it is the planning agent, then the next action, oh yeah, we want to see what the next action is after the current action, just so we can make sure that the plan is correct. And if the agent's plan exists, then and the length of it is greater than 1, then we're going to print out this message. I'm sorry. What we're going to do is we're going to set the next text action to do that. And then assuming the agent has a plan, we're going to print this out. I think if the agent doesn't have a plan, which is the else here, we want to print no goal, no plan. Okay, I think that's fine. I'm just seeing a lot of it here because I think there is a bug somewhere. We didn't quite finish this up last time, and that's why we're starting here from last time. So, all right, cool. Got a few viewers. If you guys do have any questions or just want to say hi, please feel free to type in the chat there. Pretty new to streaming myself, and so yeah, let me know if you have any questions or anything. So, okay, we have. So it looks like these messages are good. Returning goal string. Okay, we do not want to print that out. Just to make it a little more clear. Right here, let's just. We might add that back later. So it looks like we should just be getting, and then warning no plan taking random action. We do want. Yeah, we do want that. So, okay. So now I'm going to restart the agent and we're going to watch it. So, just clearing out the old agent. We're going to hit play and let's watch it here. And this will allow us to debug what is happening with I'm sorry, I'm still showing the Git terminal. Let me hide that. Okay, so what do we have going on so far? The goal is for the player to be at a cell. It's an exploration goal, plan length. So it looks like it's executing a plan correctly. And then there's no goal, no plan for a long time. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. And it looks like it's just taking random actions. So it had this goal. Okay, so let's go back to the code here. So get plan from fast downward. So you're able to generate a plan. Okay, I think let's go from the top here. So get action is kind of the topmost function that's being called. And what we're saying is if the new goal type does not equal the previous goal type. Okay, so we're doing goal selection every time. So, goal selection. So the way goal selection is working, we're prioritizing monster goals first. Then we're prioritizing health goals to heal. Then we're prioritizing finding the stairs and taking them down somewhere. And then otherwise we're prioritizing exploring. And so this is our exploration function, which is going to return a player at. Okay. So no goal, no plan. Okay, this is the top of the function. So if we go to goal selection here, so I think we're gonna need to print this out. New goal is this, and the type is this. Okay, now, because maybe we're getting an error somewhere. Okay, so to update this, I'm just gonna have to quit this and start fresh. And let's run it. See what happens. Okay, so it's saying the new goal is player at this cell. And planning, so planning was not able to generate a, well, okay, so it did that for a little while. Okay, why is it saying no goal, no plan? It says no goal, no plan. So if we go, yeah, so it says this here if what? If the agent does not have a plan. So it's really no plan. It's not that it doesn't have a goal, it's that it doesn't have a plan. And so it had this goal, but the planning, it looks like the planning failed. And so why is that? So agent does not have a plan. So let's go to agent. And it has this plan, and let's just see where this is being changed. So not there, not there. So, okay. So this is if it's a more prompt. And in some sense, this should also be its own goal. So maybe let's make a note to do. Make this a goal and a single action plan. That way we could put that into goal selection and we could have a really clean interface here. Now, it says new goal is a player at, and I think actually I want to print the game state next time, because I want to see where exactly the plan is. Okay, so we're back in agent, and planning with goal. So it's found this goal. So the player starts at x0, y0. So this is just one action away. And the previous goal type. So, okay, we did get to this point, planning with goal, right? Because it's printing out here. And for some reason, get plan from fast downward. So I think we want to check here. Well, it's none. So this is the function we need to check. So we did not get this warning message. So it's not this is not the situation. So these are how we're calling fast downward, which is the planner we're using. And we're on Windows, so it's doing this system call. And then it's reading in the resulting plan. We're not getting this plan cannot be generated error, which doesn't mean, which means that this is not the exception we're getting. Let's just make gonna make a extra error message here just in case there's some other weird exception occurring. So the plan, what does the plan start out as? Started out as the empty list. I think we should go ahead and print out. Well, you know what? You know what I'm thinking is that we could manually try to run the planner. So I want to go to main web server, and when this happens, I'm going to do a time.sleep for 60 seconds. Actually, let's do it after this error message. And that way I can go navigate to the file that was written, right? So actually, if you see here, this is the most recent plan that, oh, wow. So this is not getting updated, I don't think, unless, oh, interesting. Yeah, so this whole time it's just been taking random actions. Interesting. So I think so it's definitely a planner issue. And this is the game state file. And you know, last time we had added in background knowledge. So, you know what? Right. It's been a week. A week is a long time to not look at some code. So I think we need to go back to what we were working on at the end of the last week's stream, which is where we had added background knowledge. So we had added this general DCSS knowledge about some of the game environment, right? So we have places, and we have different places in the dungeon. So like dungeon 1 is the floor, and that we're saying they're connected, etc. So we have there's some spaces in here, maybe 150 facts, and we were going to put them into the planning knowledge because this is because we know dungeon 6 and dungeon 7 are connected down here, that means that we can take the stairs to go from dungeon 6 to dungeon 7 if we're at dungeon 6. So because we had one of the things we had been adding in the domain model was this take the stairs down action. So we have a few actions here in the PDDL. So right, travel staircase down. This is what we're working on at the end. So we have the current place in the dungeon where we are. It's like the level in the dungeon. And then we have the next lowest place. And the next lowest place is connected to the current place. So only these variables will bind because of the background knowledge. And the effect is that the agent's place will be this. Oh, you know what? This could be the problem. I think we need to say not place current place. Yes, this is a mistake. Okay, so is this going to fix everything? I'm not sure yet. But we definitely want to remove the fact that we were at the current place. That could cause a bunch of problems. Now, this action wasn't the one that was being... I think it was the monster being at a cell that was part of the problem. Because if you see here, in the first plan it was doing, for this example, it was trying to do move or attack east. No, it was just doing a move. So that should have executed just fine. Huh. I'm wondering it before we run it again. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Wow. Okay. Where's some? Okay. So new goal is player at planning, and yet somehow it fails. So if we go to the game state, cell x1 y0, cell. Let's see if we can find this. Cell x1 y0. So we have x1 y0. That's where we want the player to be. We have all these places. We have the fact that they're connected. We have the player is at x0 y0. we know that cell x0, y0, I'll find it in here. Cell x0, y0 is east of cell x1, y0, right? And that our goal is to get to this cell. So if that's the case, then in our domain, yeah, right, we want the player to be at this. Then here, all of the conditions for our, so here we go. These are the predicates, right? And so move or attack east. What's the deal here? Preconditions. The current cell, which is 0, 0, has to be east of the destination cell, which is x1, y0. So if we go back to the game state, this is true, right? We have east of, it's up here. Right, east of, this is where the player is at. This is where they're going to be. So this is the precondition we have for, this is going to match this precondition. I'm not printing out the game state information, so we can't verify all these things, but assuming all those things were true, then the player would be at this cell. Now, we've added things recently. I wonder if there's something... It's saying that it's not a closed door. But you know, that's actually not a problem. That would not prevent the action from going through. It's not, we have open door actions, and that's kind of what we'd like the agent to be using. But technically speaking, the move or attack key press that gets sent to the server will also open a door if it is closed. So I'm thinking we should remove this because technically this would not prevent the action from executing, and this could be causing a problem in our planner. So I'm going to find all the instances of this in move or attack. Okay, but not in open door because we don't want that. So there should just be 8 of them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's remove these. Okay. Excellent. And so what I'm going to do in a terminal, and sometimes we have to do this, is I'm going to run the planner manually. So, and I'll go ahead and show you guys this while I'm doing it. So, let me add this into the this is PowerShell because I'm on Windows. Okay, excellent. It found it. Okay. So just for right here, this is so we're gonna test the planner manually here. So hopefully you guys can see that okay. Hopefully the font's big enough. Cool. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Well, we need to go into the directory that has the DCSSI wrapper, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to, if we go to, let's see here. Actually, if we go to agent, got a lot of files open here. If we go to agent, then this is how it's calling fast downward. So for Windows, it's, do we have the fast downward library? We do. So, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do Python fast downward. We're gonna call it, and then we need to give these files, right? So the first is the plan result file name. This will just be test, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, plan output.txt. Then we need to get the plan domain file name. So this is under models fast downward. Whoa. Oh, it does not like such a long command here. Can I change this to wrap the... Let me see if I can wrap the text. I might have changed it to... Interesting. Yeah, I don't see I can... Okay, maybe that's doing it. Okay, so that's the plan domain file name is that one. That's the plan domain, and then the current state is the last one. So this is in models. These are in the temporary files, and we're gonna give it game state.pwd. So we should hit enter. Translator needs 1 or 2 input files. Interesting. Let's. Oh, you know what? Let's just run it. We'll just get the command. We'll just get the output to the command line. That should be fine. Okay, was it able to generate a plan? So okay, did I get a new file here? What time is it? It's 8:12, so output.sas. Okay, so there's now this output.sas file. If we look at it, is this the... You know, I'm not sure why I did that. I haven't run it manually in a little bit. Let's run it exactly like we're doing it, and let's do test like we're doing it in the agent. Let's see if this works. So now there should be this. No? Huh. Should be a one action plan. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We have to give it this extra argument when we run it. So let's run the previous command, and then let's do -- search. And we're going to give it this a star lm cut, which is a heuristic. And solution found a solution. Oh. Well now, it's using a much more, so something happened, and so it's been able to generate plans here. That's so interesting. Well, you know, good. The best programs are not the easiest ones to debug. So let's rerun it and see what we got here. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and hide this planner thing, and yeah. Okay. So let's clear this out. And then we will run. We'll run it again, and hopefully we'll get some more insights into what's happening here. So we hit run. And actually, as soon as it fails, I'm going to kill it so that I can use that game state file to test the planner. Yeah, okay, so this is the initial thing. Okay, so this is the state that we have here. There's an agent in the middle. The goal, is place stairs down. Interesting. Well, now let's look at the game state file and let's see where the player's at. Player's at 0, 0. What's the place? Oh, these are places. Oh. Oh, this is terrible. So this is a problem that I made in the knowledge representation. So we should have, instead of just saying place, I was kind of assuming place would be player place. We need to rename this. So okay, no, not like that. So everywhere that there's place, no, that's a shame. Everywhere that there's place like this. So everywhere there's place, we should change this to be player place. Right. And then what we want to say is, well, just to qualify it, well, yeah, maybe that's fine. We're not saying what types things are in, well, this is the domain file. Yeah, we're not doing typing here. We have a few types for monster. We're not really using those right now. So, I think, okay, player place. Okay. But then we can also say that there is a place, which is a thing. So, okay. So we can have a place, we can have the place that the player's at. And then if two places are, connected. So, and we had deeper. So if place below is deeper than place above. Are we using deeper? We're not doing deeper yet. This is all for the stairs, by the way. So has stairs down, player place, and they're connected. What's interesting is that we don't want this to be the first level, because this is where, so actually so in Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, you don't want to travel down the stairs. Or no, I'm sorry. This would be traveling up the stairs. Yeah, if you travel up the stairs on the tile that you begin with in Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, you lose the game. The whole point of the game is that you travel down into the dungeon, you find the Orb of Zot, and then you come all the way back up. And you can leave without getting the orb, but it just causes your game to be a failure, a loss. So, but that's stairs up. We're only talking about stairs down here. We don't even have travel staircase up here. So now what we need to do is we need to go into GameState.py. And we need to write out player place. So are we doing this current self.current place? So where is this being used? So current place. So this is where we're getting the PDDL. I thought that I was writing this. Yes, okay. self.playerPlace. So this, we actually want this to be player place is equal to that. That's the change that we just made over in the domain file. And, you know, just to test everything out, that we're not breaking everything, to kind of do things in chunks, let's go into agent and let's just pause taking action, generating goals to take the stairs down. We're gonna so we're just gonna hold off on this. Actually, sorry, this is a little bit better way to do it. Let's just do that. Let's do this. Now let's run the agent. Let's see if we have fixed anything here. Because, you know, okay, in this last example, there were no stairs down anywhere, but yet it was saying it wanted the player's place to be the dungeon, but the player's place is in the dungeon. So it's super weird. Actually, I'm just curious. The goal was to be place dungeon. Okay, so this is another thing we need to change in the goal selection. So in the agent, we're generating goals, goal selection. Yeah, this needs to be player place. And yeah, actually this goal was just like wrong to begin with. Okay, I'm not sure why we were doing that. Let's just pause that for now. Okay. So let's run it. Let's run it and see what happens. Okay. Nice little emojis there, Costa. Okay, agent does not have a plan. Player at cell x2, y -1. The agent's at -1, 0. So it cannot generate a plan. Okay, I'm going to stop it here. And we're going to go back and we're going to look at the planner. So I think we can just rerun the planner. So we do fast downward. Okay, if we're just going to double check, right? So this is what it says the goal is. If we just check the game state file that was generated, the last one was generated, the player, the same goal, right? X, oh no, it's not the same goal. So let's just change it to be x2, y -1. We want this to be the goal. Hopefully that's what was being written out to the file. Yeah, actually, this was wrong. So is there a problem writing it out to the game state file? Oh my goodness, so many moving parts. All right, let's... So this is in... Okay, so basically when we get the goal, so this is where we call, okay, so you say planning with goal x -2, y 1, and the goal is that same goal. The agent, basically there's the neck, there's, you know, move west. I'm just so curious. It says the agent's at 0, 0. Right, and if x is -2, by 2 in each of the direction, it's a wall. I'm so confused. Let's go back here. Let's undo this change. Okay, let's see. Where's the player? Player at 0, 0. So it wants to be at this cell. Is there anything at this cell? It's west of, southeast, northwest. We have how it's related to the other cells, how it's connected. So far, no walls, though. So it says there's not a wall there. What I am curious about is it's east of this wall. And is this one east of 0, 0? That's what I'm... There's a wall there. Oh, I'm sorry. This is diagonal. Y is not 0. So it's this cell is where it's going to. Got it. Got it. Okay. Where we say new goal, I also want to... Where we say new goal, I also just want to print out where the player is. Print player at current game state dot player cell. Is that all I need? If I click this and I want to see where this is being set. Well, I guess what I want to see is what? Okay. Where is... So this is the cell has the player. Interesting. So these are in cells and whether or not the cell has a player. And then we have the cell map. Also, when we get the @ sign, so we're just saying self.hasPlayer. And so this is where we're writing out player at. Agent X, agent Y. And where are these being set? Interesting. Cell.get PDDL fax. So it has the player. You know, I want to just keep track of this somewhere. So in a cell, we have has player. So then in cell map, you know, what I want to do here is I want to say get the cell with the player from the cell map. So this is basically saying this is add or update cell. So here we're setting agent X and agent Y. Where else are we setting it? Add or update cell. Draw cell map. Print radius. Interesting. So just give me 1 second. Right. So I wanted to here, right? So I wanted to just like safety check player cell with player matches X and Y. So what we want to do is we should be able to do this. It doesn't, it's complaining. Maybe I just don't have it set equal to anything. Player cell equals this. Okay, it's okay. If player cell dot, I think is it has player? Has player. So I guess we want to say if not, discrepancy in player location, player at actually I don't need to do that. Agent X equals this. Equals this. And we want to say player cell dot X equals this. And player cell dot Y equals this. So actually, yeah, I think this is a good check. So that agent Y, and then here we want to do player cell dot. Okay, we got to get the XY of that cell. Yeah, dot X dot Y. Okay, cool. X. And then we can just copy paste it here. Y. Okay. There you go. So that's nice. That's a little safety check. Makes you feel better. It'll alert you if something happens with the code. And okay, so if we go back to game state, right? This is something I want to check. So it says the player is at 0, 0, so it hasn't moved, but the goal is -2, y1. So this should generate a plan. And let's try this. So it wants to move west to x equals -1, y0, and then southwest to x equals -2, y1. Well, that looks fine, but it says agent does not have a plan here. So something's going on. Something funny is going on. Oh, is the problem that the plan is greater than... I think it just needs to be... Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, I'm so confused. I wonder if, like, this is just getting set somewhere. Where is this getting set? You know, if it ever needs to press the enter key, which can happen frequently. I almost feel like should just return. I think this is code kind of left over. I think we just want to return this. Return the enter key. So this function, yeah, it's just returning a single action. Okay. Okay, we just want to do just return the enter key. That way we won't do anything else. Otherwise, we have this situation, and the player is at, our new goal is this, and then we're calling planning with the goal. Okay, let's try and run it again. See what happens. So I'm going to quit out of here. Refresh for our AI. Let's run it. All right. Oh. Something went wrong. Ooh. Key error. None. Okay, well, let's just check. Let's just do this. That should fix that problem. Okay. Cool. Yep. I know. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Just want to see. It looked like things were working there. Just want to double check. So, agent's at 0, 0. Goal is to be here. Type is planning with this goal. Oh, player at none? Okay, how we're printing the player there is broken. That would be an agent, .py. want to do... Let's just do this for now. Because I think the code we'd written before should check if this isn't the case. And let's see. Okay, hopefully that'll prevent those errors. But anyway, it generated a plan. Plan length 4, plan length 3, plan length 2, plan length 1. Agent does not have a plan. Okay, so I had stopped it when it had failed. Player at cell X0Y4. So let's just open this. Cell X0Y. Huh. It was still on this previous one. Huh. Something funny is going on here. Well, let's run it again, and let's just make it a little slower. So just so we can watch what's happening. So... So I'm just going to do time.sleep 2. Okay. Let's run the agent. Okay. Players at 0, 0. Wants to be at -6, y 0. Next, looks like it's working just fine. So it's generating new goals, but it's not changing them. Because it's the same type. But now it says agent does not have a plan. So if we look at gamestate.pddl, I wonder, is it a situation where this is not being updated? That's interesting. So if we go to the main web server, yeah, when are we, so if we go to game, this is a good question. When are we writing out the PDDL file? Game state, there's a lot of information in it. Write PDDL current state to file. When is this being called? Whoa, let's go back. Let's do a find usages here. So it's being called in one place just right before we do planning. Interesting. Get plan from fast downwards. So only when we're doing this. So, okay, maybe this makes sense then when we're out of sync. So if we close this, just go back to console here, go to run. Okay, so it says the new goal we've selected is this, but we're saying game state hasn't been updated. But that's because this hasn't actually. Well, actually, now let's see. So agent does not have a plan. So what that means is that next action has been called. And if next action has been called and agent does not have a plan, that means that this has happened. So it's passed here, it's gotten to here, right? So we say player's at -5, 1. New goal is to be here. And then, oh, I think I know the problem. The problem is that we're only selecting a new goal if the type is different. So this is the online case. So this is true. So basically if the other plan is yeah, I think this is the case. If the length, yeah, if length of self.plan is less than 1, or we have a new goal type, I think this is gonna fix all our problems. Wow. Well, I won't get excited too excited yet, but let's see what happens here. Okay. I really, want to fix this so that we don't see the agent being stuck with that problem of saying it can't find a plan. It should always be able to find a plan. Okay, plan length 2, plan length 1, player at. Now it's player at. It says agent does not have a plan. Same situation. Is it because for a in plan, print plan action just print this out here. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. Planning. Got the goal. Plan action is this. Plan action is this. Plan action is this. Okay. Things are improving. Plan action is this. Agent does not have a plan. Interesting. I know why that is. This is a timing thing. So here we're checking to see if the plan has anything left. Now, yeah, this is interesting. So let me just check. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. So, right, we've figured out what's going on here. Okay. So, the thing is that if you noticed, we're not getting a warning no plan taking random action. Right? So agent does not have a plan. This happens outside. So this happens in main web server, right? So we've asked for the next action. And what's happening here is that the plan is empty because we're popping it. And so it's the plan is empty. We're returning a new action, but it's not yet triggering less than 1. So we're saying agent does not have a plan. So Ooh, this is an interesting... Yeah, basically this is just an ordering problem that we've run into. So... saying an agent doesn't have a plan here. This is a little... Next action. Huh. So nothing's actually wrong here. I still think this is correct. I think the only way to do this, we just need to know if we've had to get a random action. That's the problem, is if we need to get a random action. So as long as we're not getting this error message, warning no plan, taking random action, I think we're fine. So I'm just going to remove this for now. I mean, honestly, yeah, this is getting a little complicated. Okay, let's just see what happens. For a second, I got worried that some more fundamental things weren't working, but this is a great error. This is easy to fix. So, all right, we got the agent running again. All right, we got, so let's just see in the beginning here. We got this goal. Players at this location. Okay, we're going to generate this plan. Beautiful. We're executing it. Oh, but these are the same. Interesting. Okay, so new goal is this. So new goal is -8, -7. That's the goal. Plan length 8. And the next time around, we're just printing that up. We're not actually changing the goal. That looks right. Are we executing the plan fully? Yes. So now we generate another plan to explore. And so we are getting this warning, this discrepancy sometimes. It's valid, even though it must be the way in which things are updating. But the agent location is always the same. So, yeah, doesn't look like there's an actual problem there. It'd be a problem if they were different. Okay, so it's moving, and it's moving. I'm excited for it to find a monster. Because what we want to see, and this is what we haven't tested yet, even from what we did last time, we want to see that it immediately changes its goal to attack the monster. So it's a little slow here. I think it'll find a monster soon. Oh, how's everyone's evening? Thanks for hanging out here with me. All right, 2 more actions in the plan. Still haven't found any. Okay, we got a monster. So the goal is this. Planning with goal. Goal is this. Plan length 2. Moving to the agent and then attacking. And it looks like we killed it. And there's no more monsters, so now we switch back. Ooh, looks like things are working. It's exciting. So this is so exciting. I think I'm going to remove the timing restriction. Okay. I'm gonna remove the okay, let's do this. Oh, that's a relief. Feels so great to solve a bug. Okay. Let's get a fresh let me remove the time.sleep. I think it was yeah, it was right here. And let's hit run. So what we should see is that the agent explores rapidly. And then thanks, man. Appreciate it. I mean, there's plenty of bugs, but yeah, I appreciate it. We're working them out, working out the kinks one step at a time. So, okay, we're moving around, we're exploring, the agent's running, and now we should see it immediately switches right. So now it's going to attack, and it's going to attack. That's what the plan is, still attacking, and now it's exploring. Okay, so now, because sometimes it can generate long exploration plans, right? So look at these on the left here, right? We have like 10, 12 actions. Sometimes it'll be like 20 actions to go explore. And yeah, so I don't know. It feels the need to go back to its starting location. Not sure why. Oh, I know why. It's kind of keeping a mental map of everywhere it's been, and it tries to get to tiles that it hasn't been near before. The farthest tile it can see but hasn't been near, and it just so happened in this map, it was by its starting location. So yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. So, okay, killed the goblin, looked like. So for everyone, watching and wasn't sure before, basically what happened is we would have these long plans before, but it wouldn't automatically change whenever there was a monster. So fighting the monster there. Now the player is exploring. It's exciting. Definitely a more robust agent. Okay, it had some problem there. I'm just kind of curious. Yeah. So we got this long exploration plan. Okay, so now somehow it's gotten stuck. Okay. Agent's going. All right, some new places to explore. Should be a few more monsters on this level. All right, still going into new places. Okay, it's got a monster. It immediately switches goals, and then it kills the monster. Excellent. Excellent. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I hope this isn't... I'm going to go ahead and say we're done here. Finish the first task we set out to do for the night. And now I think we should work on this problem of allowing the agent to reconnect in the middle of the game. It might be really simple solution. We'll have to see. So I think let's take a break now. So just going to go on a break for about 10 minutes and then we'll pick back up. Let me just go ahead and add this to the view. Okay, nope, I apologize, it's the wrong one. Okay, so I'll see you guys here back in a few minutes. Okay, we are back. Let me go ahead and remove the break message. Excellent. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh, player's trying to heal, and it's refusing to let it heal. You see this error message? A frilled lizard is nearby, so you can't do the heal. Interesting. Yeah, we had this issue before. There's something about monsters not up. I think it's choosing this goal without considering whether or not there's a monster. So either way, we'll save that for next time. I think actually we have it. Yeah, situation where monsters not being seen. Let's go ahead and add this actually into the future issues. It's good to, keep track of things as you go. And guys, I appreciate the support a lot. Hope you get something out of it. And yeah, any comments, feedback, just would love any feedback. So, okay. Right, the issue that we're going to solve here is that we want to consider only select heal goal if what? If there are no monsters nearby. Okay, so now this is something that just haven't looked into for a while, but this is like a total quality of life thing and just something that the API should absolutely support. This gets into a little bit of the networking issues. I am talking about allowing the agent to reconnect in the middle of the game. So what you've been seeing so far from me is I'm kind of manually going in and canceling the game so that the agent can always connect to like a fresh game. So how do we even go about doing this? Okay, well, we have main web server. And what we're doing is we have these setup actions. So see, these setup actions select a new game. Now, we're always assuming we have a fresh game. So we want to be able to just connect, get the state, and then start acting if it's a new. So we need a way to be able to determine. We need a way to. I'll go ahead and put this here. So we need a way. To determine whether a game already exists. So, how can we do that? I feel like part of this has to do, and this is the uglier side of things, in game state. So in game state, we are basically getting server messages and updating them. So basically, sorry, let me find the game state object, right. So the first function is update, and this is getting messages from the web server, and then we're processing the state. And I think in this state is going to be information that will tell us if we're in the middle of a game or reconnecting to a game. So if we go back to main web server, what's happening before? So we do a game connection and we call connect web server, and that's it. And then we just start sending actions. So what's happening in connect web server? Well, we're calling logging in. So we're logging in to the web server. We're connecting, we're sending the username and password from the config file. We're sending Pong, you have to do this ping pong handshake. So we send that. And then we're getting data back. So that's where we're logging in, right? Then we load the game on the web server. So we are saying play, and we're saying play game ID. So what I think is that, where are we getting self.config game ID? I want to go here. So this is in the config, DCSS web trunk. So you know what? Okay. I'm going to show you guys how I've been debugging this stuff. So if we go to developer tools, yeah, actually, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch here and I'm going to add a window, this other Chrome. So yes, okay. So this is another Chrome window, and I'm gonna just kind of make this full screen for you guys, because there's gonna be a lot kind of going on here. Okay, so we are debugging this, right? Okay, so I'm logged in as the agent here, and what I'm gonna do actually, and this is one way I just debug. So if I go to more tools, and this is a really, what I'm about to walk through, this is a really cool way if you want to make an AI agent that can connect to any online app that's using WebSockets, which a lot of them are. So for example, you might want to write an agent that can play Go or chess to through some website. You should check to see if there's WebSockets, and using the process I'm going to show you now, you can actually inspect what's being sent across the WebSockets, and then you could just write an AI agent that's using a Python script to connect, rather than what you do in your browser when you do it yourself manually. So what you can do is all browsers have this. Basically, go to more tools, go to developer tools, and then something shows up here on the right. And oftentimes when you're dealing with WebSockets, you're gonna have to reload the page. But first, let's go to network, and let's click WebSockets here, and let's refresh. And now we're gonna see there's been a bunch of stuff, right? If we click the socket, we can see, if we click messages, there's a big menu here, a lot of things. So you're seeing, right? Go lobby, message Pong, right? You saw just earlier, that's where we're doing it in the code, right? So let's go ahead and log in here, right? So we logged in, and what we see is that, so if we select an existing game, when we click this, what I want to find out is what message are we sending to the web server. So I'm going to click this. Game ID, DCSS web trunk, message play. Now, this goes into the game we had before. But this is also the same message that we were just sending. So let me minimize this for you all for a second. Let me bring PyCharm up front here. Okay, so we're choosing the game ID, DCSS web trunk. That's what we chose before, and we're hitting play. So it looks like no matter what, it's going to select the game. So then there are a bunch of these binary messages sent. Interesting. Well, okay, you know what? I think we just do a little experiment here. So we have an existing game, right? I'm not going to exit out of this game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop showing the second Chrome window. There's an existing game, right? So I'm logged in. So I'm going to log out here, which I think I can just press. I'm just going to close this Chrome window. So there should be an existing game. And now what I'm going to do is, let's go to main web server. We're not going to do the setup actions. We're just going to try to connect and see if it'll start working. We're just going to try and get the game state, and then we're just going to start running. So let's hit play and let's see if this works. So Midka, it's back where it was. Okay, now we got a problem. So we still need to figure out when a game already exists or not. But let's wait and solve that problem later. So let's just assume we already have a game. And so if we go here, so unsupported types, none type and int. So I think this is how. Okay, so we're trying to do draw cell map here. And why? Where is this being called? We're doing it here. So for some reason, send and receive. I wonder if we could just send and receive a simple just enter action, you know? So I think I just want to do, this. I'll just send the enter key. That shouldn't break anything. And maybe that'll trigger the server to like send information. Let's just try that. Okay. So connected. Object of type command is not JSON serializable. Okay, this is an issue on my part. Okay, I did the wrong thing. I need to do this instead of, I tried to send it kind of raw. Oh, I was trying to do a run until complete. I think I just want to do this. Okay. Let's see if we can get this working. Unsupported types. It's still trying to draw the map. It's an error in drawing the map. Huh. Agent none. Wild. Well, okay, so when we do connect web server, you know what we need to see? We need to see where it's getting updated. This is game connection, handle messages. Let's just see if we're even getting messages. Hit play. Connected. So we're logging in, we're getting a bunch of messages. But for some reason it's not updating. So let's see what's in these messages. We can delete these. We don't need these. That's from some old code. Oh, and you know what? Yeah, I'll do that later. Okay. The logging isn't being printed. Where's, oh, no. Where's the logger? Do we have a logger set up? I feel like in main, right. Okay, let's do this. We got our logger now. Let's just try and run it again. Okay. All right, what do we got? We're connecting to the web server. Headers. Localhost. Okay. Message ping, message lobby clear, lobby complete. Data received. Welcome to web tiles. Username Midka. Oh, so this is the HTML here that I'm looking at that is showing play tutorial, play the sprint, message set game links. Okay. Sending Pong. Then we're saying play. Okay, so this is where we're sending the message. We want to play this. DCSS web trunk. Okay. Data received. Interesting. Huh. The data received. Huh. Okay, interesting. Message game started. Huh. Yeah, you know. Well, just for kicks. Let's see what happens. Wow, let's see what happens when we just don't print out, because that printing out is what's causing errors right now. It's because some information is not being loaded. So let's just run it anyway. Let's run it again. Key error dungeon. Yeah, so we're just getting other errors. Key error dungeon. Huh. Get first monster goal. Okay, interesting. So I think it's because we automatically assume, and this might be a problem. Yeah, okay. We need to see some of this data being received. Messages, content. I don't see. Interesting. So this is the welcome to web tiles that we see here once we log in. And yeah, somewhere. This is a good question. Sometimes it's best to just sit back and drink some tea. All right. I want to see what some of this data is that we're getting. I don't think we're not getting everything in the form of these messages. So this is the message that we get when we log in. And this is basically telling us what we have to play, right? So that's this, right? And then we're sending Pong, doing the handshake, and then where are we sending? Let me just double check what we're doing exactly. Well, actually, so we're calling game.connect web server. Load game on web server. Okay, so this is where we're loading the game. So we're doing this. We're saying send and receive play game message. So it should say somewhere we're sending this. So just like it says we're sending Pong. Oh no, this is just a debug message actually. So we're sending that. We should be getting all the server messages. Is this a... I need to check something. So, okay, what I want to do is I'm going to... Just give me 1 second here. I'm going to make a private window. Go back in, cancel out the game. I want to see what's being printed out here in the messages and like these debug messages when we connect to a fresh game. I think what we're going to see is we're going to see a whole bunch of like the same way that we see messages here. We're going to see a whole bunch of them. That is what the game state's receiving, and that's what it's like using to populate the game state. So let me go here and log in as the Midka agent. Let me do this, and let me exit out. Right, and then I'm going to, let's run it without the setup actions and just see what we get. Okay, so there's a key error. So interesting. Oh, it doesn't look like we're getting it here. Are we getting it when we send the setup actions? Maybe we are. So let me just, okay, we didn't even start a game. So let's send this. And so before we were sending setup actions, okay, well, let's just settle down there. Please select your species. That's that menu item. Please select your background. Sending a selection there. And then this is choice of weapons. And then we're sending that. And then this is where we get a ton of information. Yeah, so this is what we're parsing. Somewhere in here, like, yeah, this is a wall somewhere. And we can start playing the game. And then we're getting updates. So here we're saying we're doing send and receive dictionary WS actions in connect web server. And we do load game on web server. This is not using WebSockets. So there are two functions we have here. We have WebSockets and non-WebSockets. it looks like they're very similar. If we go back and change this to be WebSockets, will it still work? The eternal question. Let's try a new game. Otherwise, there might be a clue as to what we... Yeah, looks like it's working just fine. Yep, working just fine. Load game on web server. This is using the WebSockets. Get all server messages. All right, is there anything we're missing here? Well, let's go ahead and do this. I don't think we're missing anything. We're not getting these errors. I mean, maybe let's leave this. Maybe there's some exception somewhere. Okay. So, do we have an existing game? We do. We have an existing game. So now let's go back and let's not do these game setup actions. And let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see what happens. All right. And it fails again. So we got an async IO timeout error. I wonder if that means anything. That might not mean anything. Oh, the joys of network programming. So every message we got, well, you know, it makes me want to go back to yeah, I almost just want to go back and look at developer tools. Sometimes that's all you can do. So Let's open developer tools. Nope. Nope. Set tools, developer tools. And we're looking at WebSockets. Let's hit refresh, reload. And it's interesting because a lot of messages have been sent. These are binary messages. This has to be like all the game state information. It's 2.4 kilobytes. It's way bigger than anything else. It's right after we selected this. So this is binary. Binary message. So this is what's sending. So honestly, I'm gonna see if I can select this. I'm tempted to just go into PyCharm and let's go into PyCharm. Let's make a new scratch file. Not a new scratch file. Let's just make a new temporary file here. Just put in old for right. That's not good. Let's make a new temporary file or directory. Let's call this temp, and let's just make a new file. Binary message 1. I don't know what the file extension should be. Let's make it a text file, but now. No, we're not going to add it to Git. Okay, we've got a very long string here. And what I want to do is I want to start a Python console. And I just want to try to see if we can decode this, and I want to see what it says. So if we go to game connection, right? So we're doing this, right? We receive this data. And then we do self.decomp.decompress to get the JSON message. So let's try that. I think where exactly is... So I just want to say decomp. Actually, let's just import zlib. So we're going to do zlib dot, well, let's just say decomp equals this. And we have a max number of bits. Let's just try this. Okay. And now I think we just need to do decomp dot JSON message is equal to decomp dot decompress, and then so I should tell you all I didn't write this code. Other people helped me write this code. My background on network programming is not too strong. I'm not as familiar with some of the lower level details of it. So I think I can just copy this string. So, but I don't think I can just pass it in as a string. I think it's binary, so I think I have to do B like that and then paste it. And then what happens? Invalid block type. Do I just need to add this like plus bytes 0 0 255 255, which I don't know what that is. What that byte represents. Maybe it's like the end of a line or something. So I think I can just do that. Invalid block type. I want to do Let's see if that helps. And we already have an existing game. So let's go ahead and run the agent and see what happens here. So actually, I'm already logged in. So let me just log out here. Okay, so I've logged out, and let's run it. So should see it show up here. So data received, we're getting these really long strings, data received. I wonder if we're getting any situation. Just received, data received raw is this. Just received JSON message. So basically this is an encoding of version, content. Game client. So I really want to print this out. So I think what I'm going to do is for key value in JSON message dot items. Maybe I should do it here. Or def pretty print JSON. There's probably libraries out there to do that, but I just want to write something real quick. JSON. Just gonna do items. Sorry, we're gonna do let's call that J. We're gonna get all the items in J. We're gonna print J, and then we're gonna do spaces equals 2. Actually, we'll just do it like that. Print this followed by this, which is gonna be K, followed by this. So this is gonna be spaces. K, V. But I think what we want to do is we're going to check is if is there an is dictionary? I just want to know if it's a dictionary. How do you do that in Python? Python check if object is dictionary. How do you do this? Oh, we can do is instance. So that's great. Let's just do that. If is instance, what is it? V. If the value is a dictionary, then we want to recur. So we're just going to call pretty print JSON on V, and we're going to increase the spaces. Spaces plus equals 2 more spaces. Right? Does it not? Why does it not like this? Can't assign to function call? Unresolved reference V. Oh, got it. Got it. So we want to do this first. If it's a dictionary, you want to do that. Otherwise, for all key value pairs, if it's a value, we want to pretty print the JSON, which it still does not happy about that. Can't assign to function call. So if it's a dictionary, we want to recur on the value. Otherwise, well, what do we want to do? We want to print it out nicely. So if V is not a dictionary, so I think if V is a dictionary, what we want to do is we want to do print like this, and we'll do spaces, and we'll do K, and then we'll recur, and then this recursion should print it out. Otherwise, we're gonna print this. But oh man, can I just not? Just let me write this recursive function. I didn't spell it wrong, did I? All right, if I comment this out, it's all happy. Can't assign to function call? I'm not assigning anything. Python recursive function can't assign to function. Let's see, this has got to be a thing. Oh my goodness, I need a return statement. At least that's what I should need. Right, need to return this. And then otherwise, I'm just going to return. So, but it still doesn't like, really? Oh, plus equals, it's just plus. There we go. Okay, I promise I can write Python code. Okay, so that was a little bit of a detour. Let's see if we can actually run it. And if we get some better looking Python. I actually should call it, right? We should actually call it. Pretty print JSON, and we'll call them the JSON message. No, it's not printing. Huh? Type string. JSON message is a string. So can I try this before? No, still not doing anything. Oh, save me from this networking code. Okay, all right. Let's just Control Z a little bit. Undo. This is making it a string, and what we just want to turn it into a dictionary. So, right, we just need to do this. We just need JSON dot. Yeah. Okay. Actually, all we want to do is just do this, but on the message from the server. Okay. Okay. I think what I want to do is if is instance v list, then let's print out print k and print, then we want to do for the for item in v print NV. It's a little better. Oh, it's a list of dictionaries. Wow, so it's just one huge dictionary. Basically. Oh, whoops. Nope, that's my mistake. Actually, I think we just want to recur here. Why is it not printing names? Oh, well, either way, I mean, this is just beating around the bush. You know, really, there's just like messages being missed here. And I don't know if it's because of this async IO. But you know, we're not. Okay, well, I think yeah, I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up. So, I'm trying to figure out what could be the problem. The thing is that if we just go to handle messages, right? If we do this, right, just getting messages from the server, and we turn off debugging, right? Let's turn off debugging for a second. Turn off debugging, and let's go back to where we were. So we're printing out getting messages from web server, and let's stop this pretty printing, right? Let's turn all this stuff off. So the biggest thing is that I'm wondering if we're missing information is when, so let's go back and show this, okay? So if we click, okay, so if we go to our socket and we go to our messages, okay, let's refresh the page, refresh everything. Go to our socket, did the login cookie, okay? Send some binary messages. And then we hit play trunk. All these binary messages were sent, right? There's like what, 10, there's like 15 of them right here. And yeah, so these messages are being sent. This has got to be the data somehow. So we're getting like 10, 15 messages sent here, right? if we exit out of here, right? So I just wanted to show that we had 15 messages being sent. We just go back to the lobby, right? And let me hide this. We go back to the lobby, and then we run this again, right? So it's just and let me make sure that it's connecting and not sending. Yeah, it's just gonna connect. It's gonna send the command enter key. That's fine. Let's not even send the enter key. Let's just assuming we like clicked that thing. Let's do that. Okay. How many? So when we're, I want to remove the. We're logging in. Okay. We're loading the game, right? So this is loading the game is where we are sending the command saying we're going to select the game. Now, we are only getting 1, 2, sorry. If we do getting messages from web server, there's 1, 2, 3. We're getting 3 messages. And if we go back here and we look at the PowerShell, right? If we refresh, right? Click on the socket, right? These are the messages. Click on the game, right? So this is us like loading the game message, which is what we're sending. It's like what we're sending, right? Click it. Then, you know, we're sending this and then we're just getting all of these, but somehow we're not processing them. So I think we figured out what the error is. We somehow need to process these. So yeah, we need to be able to like decode these binary messages. So I think this is what we'll save for next time. Let's just, you know, good housekeeping. Let us, so I'm just going to go ahead and hide this. Let's go back to our progress, Twitch stream progress. I'm actually going to rename this file to just stream process because now we've switched to YouTube. Well, let's leave it stream progress log, refactor. Okay, so make sure that parsing of messages sent when connecting to an existing game is working. So we've left off here, right? So we've left off what is it? When checking the WebSocket messages being sent using Chrome's developer tools, we see that there are, you know, let's say like 13 plus binary messages being sent. However, we're only getting a few of these through our WebSocket connection. So that's what we need to investigate. And let's just clip this a little bit too. Cool. So next time, where do we want to look? Yeah. Oh, this is just server ready for input. Yeah. We're gonna have to okay, I'll just so like game connection, get all server messages. That's a place we can start. next time, start off looking at what? The game connection.py get all server messages. Okay, so let's go ahead and commit this. No. Whoa. No. So git commit. So we solved the problem of the ordering problem, preventing goals from switching automatically. Began investigating. What do we do? We started investigating ability to reconnect in the middle of the game. Gonna push this. And I think we're good. All right. Well, thank you all so much for attending and hanging out with me. And I think we're, we've made good progress. We solved an issue that we had before, so our planning agent's better. Basically, what I'm thinking now is essentially that I think we're pretty much going to do all we're going to do for the planning agent for a little while. I want to fix this problem with the web server, being able to connect in the middle of the game, some other quality of life things that are going to make running experiments a little better. And then I want to start looking at the vector representations and getting a reinforcement learning agent up and running. So we've gotten a reinforcement learning agent up and running before. It was a little while ago. And I think that's often one of the side branches on the GitHub, or it may not even be in the public repository. So I want to revisit that, maybe code up some new RL agents, and there's going to be some work where we have to make sure that the feature vectors include all the information we want, all the information that the agents should have the ability to have access to. So that's where we are. That's where we're headed. It's exciting stuff. And doing this every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. So please come on out. We'll stream for at least 2 hours, sometimes more. So today we're a little over, kind of like 2.5 hours. So yeah, hope you all have a great evening. And if you do want to continue chatting about this, there's a Gitter, which is basically an online forum that's connected to the GitHub. And yeah, so hope you all have a good evening, and we'll see you next week on Thursday. Cheers.